Wie lange bist du hier?
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new YouTube video, and today, as you can see, we are back in my hometown powerlifting gym, starting the video off with a bunch of insults, most normal thing in a powerlifting gym. But anyways, it is another deadlift day and the top set was 240 kilos for a set of 5. I have to say, unfortunately, I experienced more pain in my knee again, and during this session this really negatively impacted my deadlift and my deadlift form. As you can see, I was not able, or not managed to get my lower back into a neutral position, and thus I was leaning way too much forward on my top set, pulling everything with my back. And in my back off and the rest of my sets, I tried to tackle exactly that. I was trying to get more upright, and I slightly adjusted the stance width, so I put my feet out a little bit more, and this really helped me to straighten my lower back, but also pull more upright and have my hips closer to the bar. So with sumo deadlifts, it is extremely important to keep the hips as close and as low as possible throughout the lift, because that way the most force can be produced and optimally transferred. Your main players are your glutes and hamstrings, also your quads actually, because you want to think of sumo as a wide stance leg press, where you're pushing the floor away with your legs and then just bring your hips in as fast as possible into the bar to lock out. I played around with stances a lot, and it seems to be the case that I need to stand a little bit wider in order to get into a more optimal starting position. If I now just could externally rotate my hips more, to push my knees a bit out more, that would give me the ability to get my hips super close to the bar. But I think, honestly, my abductors are too weak right now, plus my knee is not taking it at all. So my main goal is to practice a position that feels comfortable. There's a lot of time left until the next competition, and I really do not have any pressure as of now, and pressure will arise once December starts and I start to be like 8 weeks out from my next comp. Because that's when I will start putting on my equipped suits, and I really hope my knee survives the next 2 competitions. After that, I will probably have to do surgery. Yeah, let's actually not get too caught up and focus on the training after deadlifts, and we did some pendulum squat. This is not as much of a balancing act as a squat would be, and it is pretty chill on my knee. Even though I get a lot of knee flexion, as you can see, my knees are not pushed over my toes too much. That is due to the angle the platform is tilted. So basically, you can imagine you just sitting back in this exercise more than you would ever be able to do, at least with a normal barbell. And at the same time, you can get a lot of knee flexion without having to push your knees over your toes too much. And I'm not saying that knees over toes are bad. Don't get me wrong, it's quite the opposite actually. But just in my current state, I want to avoid as much pressure as possible while still training my quads a bit.
Oh, ich hatte auch eine lange schlimme Zeit. Ja, das ist wie Heroin. Am Anfang fühlt es sich noch gut an, wenn du das machst. Und dann kommt so der Downfall und dann willst du es wieder machen. irgendwann ist aber der Effekt so schwach, du hast keinen positiven Effekt mehr, du hast nur den negativen Effekt, aber trotzdem so. Ich habe irgendwann aufgehört, ich habe nie wieder eine einzige Runde gespielt, weil ich habe mit Zeit meines Lebens immer sehr, sehr viel gespielt.
We continued with some hamstring work, underlying ham curls. I did them a bit dirty, but just I wanted to get done with my sets. And honestly, the ham curls are an exercise that I would say is the bench press of the hamstrings. I do not know any other exercise that I did for so long. Like literally, since I started training, I might have always done hamstring curls more or less with good form. It is a bit weird, but I guess you find them in almost every gym and they are great for isolating and contracting your hammies. And to finish my posterior chain off, we hit some hyperextensions. I love the 45-degree ones more, but these ones were still better than nothing. Why do I love the 45-degree hyperextension more? It's because there I can put way more emphasis on the back extensors and try and let my back extensors do most of the lifting part and contracting really the glutes and hams and the top part. Here it was a little bit harder for me to contract the hammies, especially because my feet were just floating in between these pads. That being said, guys, I appreciate you guys watching and I wish you all the love, all the power. Have a good one.